Oh man, here we are. The final episode of the Borderline Classic series. I wonder how today's story will fare out. It's not snowing, so again, we are not ending on a Christmas special. Which is okay, but I do hope the story makes its way to impress. I'm already liking the scenery, very cheerful and upbeat. Perfect weather for Sodor's annual sports day.
Everything was ready for the day to begin. I do hope I'm number one and win a medal, said a boy. It must be splendid to win a medal, chuffed Thomas. After all, I'm engine number one.
This is very true, Thomas. You have won our hearts since the very first episode you showed your face to us fans. Just like how we can't stop thinking about you and your show, Thomas couldn't stop thinking about getting a medal. The thought went with him all the way to his next destination. Man, Thomas must really want to get an award.
Hello, Thomas, whistled Percy. I'm taking Sir Topham Hatt to Sports Day. You can see the egg and spoon race, chuffed Thomas. I didn't know eggs and spoons had races. The children race with eggs on spoons, said Bertie. And the winner gets a medal. I wish I could have a medal.
Silly Percy. He's learning a lot about the Greek horse Pegasus, spoon racing eggs, and who knows what else. Thomas told Percy how much he wanted the medal. Percy's recommendation was to have a race. Well, gee, since he's stationed right next to his longtime racing pal, they actually decided to race. Holy crap, yes! And pardon me, but do Bertie's eyes move? Holy crap, double yes!
Better hurry, Bertie, peeped Thomas. Then Thomas had to stop to pick up some passengers.
Sweet! I still can't get over that these two friends are racing. Like legit racing. I hope Top Hat doesn't say anything about it. It has been a long time since their first race. And aw, poor Trevor. He just can't get a break this season. If it wasn't Bulgy behind him, now it's Bertie. Or was Gordon smashing into his apple cart. Both Bertie and Thomas, though, were neck and neck for the most part.
Bertie had to stop at a level crossing. Last one there puffs hot air, called Thomas. Thomas was nearly at the station. As he drew near the playing field, a signalman flagged him down.
Uh-oh. I hope Top Hat didn't find out about their illegal activity. No, actually Top Hat was being an absent-minded professor and totally forgot to take the medals he was supposed to bring with him to the games, and asked Thomas to go back and get them. Dang, so much for the race. Unfortunately, Bertie didn't know that.
And he chuffed away. Meanwhile, Bertie had raced into the station. I won! Shouted Bertie. I won! And he waited eagerly for Thomas. He waited.
That stinks. Bertie got there with practically no one to celebrate with except the station master and his driver. That must be a boring welcome. Unlike Thomas, who was literally racing now as fast as he could to get the medals from Napper Station all the way back to Top Hat. Nice going, Top Hat. You really know how to run an engine ragged. So much that Thomas ended up using his tired face mask from the first season as well.
He arrived just in time. Well done, said Sir Topham Hatt. Thank you, sir, panted Thomas. Sir Topham Hatt presented the medals to the winners. Congratulations!
What? You gotta be kidding me. Sodor has their own Top Hat medals? What kind of oligarch has Top Hat become where he can get a silhouette of his head on a medal? Cripes, he's gotten filthy rich. To everyone else, though, they were very special. And because Thomas did such a great job, they gave him one too.
My very own medal, said Thomas. Thank you. 3 cheers for Thomas, the number one engine. Hip, hip, hooray! But I still won the race, tooted Bertie. Thomas just peeped happily.
Great. This was a nice story. Like a very good one. For the final episode to this season and era, Thomas the Tank Engine has had many experiences, accidents, and friendly encounters. But for this story, it was refreshing to see Thomas finish a story with not only a celebration, but also with a special friend. Bertie may not have been introduced as one of the first characters, but he was introduced and solidified as one of Thomas's best friends. And this has remained true since Thomas and Bertie of Season 1 and onward. The fact that Thomas and Bertie were able to share something that they not only enjoyed doing, but us, the viewers, found entertaining is a nostalgic send-off to the end of an era. Plus, there were some other surprises like Thomas's old tired expression, Bertie now having moving eyes, and the fact that Top Hat can give out medals with his chubby cheeks on them. While music wasn't as strong, the tunes were still peppy, especially for Thomas and Bertie's race. Set pieces were also enjoyable with the sports field halt as the new place, which at first glance looks okay, but it does look rather flat in dimension. It looks appealing, but the angle it was filmed at isn't totally right. We also revisited classic locations like the Windmill, Knapford Station, and Wellsworth Station, two of which also appeared as the first places in Season 1. And that is it, folks, the end of Season 7. What a trip. For this season, it was overall equal with Season 6, but a tad better, mainly because Brandon is a fresh voice after Baldwin failing to do as well as his Season 5 performance. Along with that, the new characters added to the roster also helped in making some interesting stories. While Harvey and Salty were introduced in the last season, they and the additions like Murdoch, Emily, Arthur, Fergus, and others all had memorable moments, as well as having some characters return. For Welk and Hartshorn's first outing, they did mildly well too. They did have a couple of catchy tunes, but let's see how they do in the coming seasons. To most, this is considered the end of the classic series. I'm sort of on board with that, but because I've already begun with Michael Brandon as narrator, along with Ed Welk and Robert Hartshorn as composers, I also consider this the transitional point between classic and hit era seasons, since it still fully involved Britt Allcroft and other veterans of the show for the most part. Starting next season, though, we shall start the beginning of the hit era, where mostly now everything will change. However, to be fair, I haven't given Michael Angelis a chance yet, so get ready for him now. Next episode is Thomas and the Tuba. Thanks for watching.